Welcome to my channel Max My Heartbeat. Students, we have started differentiation in the previous videos. IIT JEE topic, very important topic. And in the previous video, I have explained how to check whether the function is derivable or not when one function is derivable and when one function is non-derivable, and some other special cases also we have seen, and how to check derivability in an open interval and also in a closed interval, etc. So let us continue our topic. In our today's topic, let us see how to find the slope of a line first, afterwards slope of a tangent to a curve at a point, next algebra of derivatives, product rule, quotient rule and chain rule. All these concepts I will explain one by one. So first let us go to the slope of a line. How to find out slope of a line? How to find out slope of a line? By using graph x-axis and y-axis, you can find slope of a line. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is a line like this. Okay, how to find the slope of this line? Anyhow, we know that this angle, this line will be inclined at an angle with respect to x-axis. For suppose if I take this angle as theta, then if I find out tan theta, anyhow slope of line m we can take as tan theta. Okay, we know this only gives the slope of the line. Is this theta, is this tan theta same at every point or not? Let us see now. For suppose I am taking slope of the line at this point now. Will there be any change in the angle? Because no change in angle inclination, so thus there will be no change in angle theta here. Wherever you take on this line, the angle will be same theta. Understood? That's why if you take tan theta, tan measure of that angle theta, then we will get the slope of the line. This is how we have to find out slope of a line. Is it clear to everybody now? This is about slope of a line. Next, for suppose there is one more definition for slope of a line, that is we can take as y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. How we got this? Let us see this now. When distance between 2 points also gives the slope of the line. How we get the distance between the 2 points as y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1? Let us see that now. Okay, the same line I am drawing like this, and on this line I am taking 2 points. This point is my x1 y1 and this point is my x2 y2. For suppose this is point A and this is point B, and coordinates of point B are x2 y2. Okay, now what I am doing means I will taking an inclined angle theta from this point A. Okay, and if I join this here, this forms a right angle triangle. Am I correct? And if I take this point of intersection as C, then triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. Correct? Yes. Now I want the distance BC now. How to find out distance BC? See here, from here to here, this value, this length is y2. Yes, and from here to here, this length is y1. So what is this length then? That becomes y2 minus y1. Okay? In the same way, this total distance from on the x-axis from 0 to this point is x2. This total distance is x2 and this distance is x1. So that this distance becomes x2 minus x1. And we know that tan theta formula is opposite side by adjacent side. So what is the tan opposite side for this theta now? This is BC. So BC by adjacent side is AC. So that is equal to BC value is y2 minus y1 by AC is x2 minus x1. This is how we got the distance formula as y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1. Everybody understood now? So what is tan theta value? That is slope. How we will get slope as y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1? Because tan theta is equal to opposite side by adjacent side, and from this figure we got opposite side as y2 minus y1 and adjacent side as x2 minus x1. This is how you have to find out slope of a line by taking 2 points on the line. Clear? Next, let us see the slope of a curve. Slope of a tangent to a curve. Before going to that, slope of a secant. Yes, slope of a secant is nothing but slope of line, same whatever I have explained till now, that is also slope of a secant. Am I correct? Why? Because first let us take the curve here. This is a curve. Okay, and a line intersecting this curve at 2 different points like this. Now this is point B and this is point A. Okay, and the same coordinates I am taking, x1 y1 and here x2 y2. Already we know that distance between these 2 points gives the slope of the line is nothing but slope of the secant. So slope of the secant is equal to I can write as MAB, if not M of secant, is equal to, already we have taken y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, that is nothing but delta y by delta x, is change in y coordinates by change in x coordinates. Change is nothing but difference. Difference of y2 minus y1 is nothing but delta y. Difference of x2 minus x1 is nothing but delta x. Okay. So already I have shown how we can convert secant into a tangent. Okay. But we know that slope of a tangent at a point to the curve is differentiated. Derivative of that curve, right? But I am explaining the slope of secant. Why? Because from this only we are getting slope of tangent. Already I have explained in my first class. So the same I am saying now. So let us see how to find out slope of So first, if I draw a curve like this, okay. Now, if I draw a tangent from this point, or suppose this is my tangent from this point, okay. So this angle becomes tan theta now, is nothing but theta 1. Okay. For suppose I am taking the tangent from this point now. Okay. Oh, let me extend this one. For suppose I am taking the tangent from this point. Now this is the tangent. Yes. Now this becomes the angle theta 2. Are angle theta 1 and theta 2 same? No, because theta 1 is very small and theta 2 is somewhat big. Yes. When the angle of inclination is same at every point, then we can take slope of line, that is tangent of that curve, but that is not possible. At every point, the slope of the angle of inclination of the tangent is changing, right? Here, this is theta 1 means very small angle it is inclined, and at theta 2 it is very somewhat big angle we are getting, means somewhat more angle we are getting, right? That's why we are using slope of tangent to a curve at a particular point. Even the physical meaning also I have used instantaneous rate of change of a function, right? Instantaneous means at that particular instance, is nothing but at that particular point. The same I am using here, slope of tangent to a curve at a particular point. This gives the derivative of that curve. Okay, understood? That's why I am saying slope of tangent to a curve at a particular point, because the angle of inclination of that tangent varies from point to point. That's why we are using the word particular point. Clear? This is how we have to find out slope of tangent to a curve at a particular point. But now how to convert secant into tangent? So first let us see slope of tangent to a curve at a particular point. Okay, so first again let us take a curve. Now the same I am drawing a secant first such that the secant is intersecting at points A and B, and we know that the coordinates of point B are A and B are x1, y1 and x2, y2. Okay. So already while taking the right hand derivative, but no need, but just the same concept I am using here. What I am doing means I am reducing the distance between A and B such that this secant is forming a tangent. Okay. For suppose again I am drawing the diagram here. So this is y-axis, this is x-axis, and this is the curve. Now what I am doing means I am reducing the distance of AB such that this secant becomes a tangent. Means for suppose if this is my point A and this is my point B, side by side, means nothing but I want to form a tangent, not a secant. That's why I am taking the points. I am reducing the distance between A and B. Clear? This is point B and this is point A. Distance is very negligible. Then we can take now slope of tangent. Here A is x1, y1 and B is x2, y2. Okay. So slope of tangent is nothing but tan theta. The same for suppose here this is point A and this is point B. These two are very negligible distance. Then here one triangle like this is formed. Right. Here delta y is nothing but our y2 minus y1 is very small change here, right? This one I am taking as delta y, and this x2 minus x1 is also very small change, that is delta x. So the same value I am getting here, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 is equal to delta y by delta x. Understood now how we are getting the slope of tangent to a curve at a particular point? Clear? This is how we have to find out slope of a tangent to a particular, to a curve at a particular point. This is the very basic explanation about finding the slope of tangent to a curve at a particular point. Okay. After this, let us see some standard derivatives. I hope now everybody understood what is differentiation. Differentiation is nothing but finding the slope of a tangent to a curve at a particular point. Okay. So now let us see the standard derivatives. And our first derivative is k. K is a constant. So that d by dx of k is equal to 0. Okay. Next. D by dx of x power n. D by dx of x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. Very important formula. Okay. If the function f of x is equal to x power n, then d by dx of x power n is equal to n into x power n minus 1. Next formula, d by dx of log x. D by dx of log x is equal to 1 by x. Next formula, d by dx of e power x. So d by dx of e power x is equal to same value e power x. D by a power x. D by dx of a power x is equal to a power x log a e to the base e. Okay. E power x is a power x is a power x to the log a power x log a to the base e. Okay. Clear? Next trigonometric functions. What are the trigonometric functions we have? Sin x. So d by dx of sin x is equal to cos x, and cos x. D by dx of cos x is equal to minus sin x. So next tan x. D by dx of tan x is equal to secant square x. Next cosecant x. D by dx of cosecant x is equal to minus cosecant x cot x. Next secant x. D by dx of secant x is equal to secant x tan x. Next cot x. D by dx of cot x is equal to minus cosecant square x. So these are the trigonometric derivatives of trigonometric functions: sin x, cos x, tan x, cosecant x, secant x, and cot x. Okay, these are very important. Next, inverse functions. Now note down up to here, everybody. Very important formulas these are. Make it fast. Okay, now I am erasing this side. Now let us see inverse functions. So sin inverse x, d by dx of sin inverse x is equal to 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. Cos inverse x, d by dx of cos inverse x is equal to minus 1 by square root of 1 minus x square. Next, tan inverse x, d by dx of tan inverse x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. Next, cot inverse x, d by dx of cot inverse x is equal to minus 1 by 1 plus x square. Cosecant inverse x, d by dx of cosecant inverse x is equal to minus 1 by x into root of x square minus 1. Secant inverse x, d by dx of secant inverse x is equal to 1 by x into root of x square minus 1. These are also very very important. Note down these formulas also. Okay, so these are the standard derivatives and very very important. With these standard derivatives only we can derive remaining derivatives. Now our next concept, algebra of differentiation. I hope everybody noted. I am erasing now. Algebra of differentiation. So first formula in algebra of differentiation, only one formula, that is d by dx of f of x plus or minus g of x is equal to d by dx of f of x plus or minus d by dx of g of x. Means when we are finding the differentiation of addition or subtraction of two functions, then we have to find the differentiation of separate functions with the addition or subtraction whatever given in the question. Understood? So first let us see with an example. So let us understand this with an example. So d by dx of x cube plus x square plus 5. So here three functions are there with addition in between. So I can write like this: d by dx of x cube plus d by dx of x square plus d by dx of 5. So that is equal to, so this is in the form of d by dx of x power n. So d by dx of x power n is n into x power n minus 1. So 3 into x power 3 minus 1 plus 2 into x power 2 minus 1 plus d by dx of constant is 0. Okay, so that is equal to 3 into x power 3 minus 1 is 2 plus 2 into x power 2 minus 1 is 1. So plus 0. This is the answer. So 3x square plus 2x. This is the d by dx of this function, x square plus x cube plus x square plus 5. Okay. Next, one more function. Now let us see when more than 3 are there. How to do when more than 3 functions are there with plus or minus in between. Okay. So d by dx of x cube minus 2 plus log x minus root x plus cosecant x. So total how many functions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let us find the differentiation now. So that is equal to d by dx of x cube minus d by dx of 2 plus d by dx of log x minus d by dx of root x plus d by dx of cosecant x. So that is equal to, already I have done, d by dx of x cube is nothing but 3 into x power 3 minus 1, x power n is nothing but n into x power n minus 1 minus d by dx of constant is 0 plus d by dx of log x is 1 by x minus d by dx of root x is 1 by 2 root x plus d by dx of cosecant x is minus cosecant x cot x. Okay. So now if we simplify this, you will get 3 into x power 3 minus 1 is 2. So 3x square plus 1 by x minus 1 by 2 root x minus cosecant x cot x. This is our answer. Okay. So this is how we need to do differentiation when addition or subtraction of more than 2 or 3 functions is given in the question. I hope everybody understood now. So do one problem as homework now. So one more example I am giving homework. D by dx of x cube minus sin x plus e power x minus log x. This is your homework. Okay, do this problem as homework and write the answer in the comments. Next rule. This is first one, and second point, d by dx of k f of x. K into f of x is nothing but f of x function multiplied by a constant. Then what you have to do means keep that constant aside and differentiate the function k into d by dx of f of x. So now let us see this with an example now. So find the d by dx of 5x power 4 plus 3 e power x plus 2 sin x. Okay. So we have to use algebra, that is f of x plus g of x along with k f of x. Okay. So now let us see. So first write separately d by dx for every function. 5 into x power 4 plus d by dx of 3 into e power x plus d by dx of 2 sin x. Okay. Now what you have to do means take the constants aside first. 5 into d by dx of x power 4 plus 3 into d by dx of e power x plus 2 into d by dx of sin x. Like this we have to write. Constant we have to take aside and do the differentiation for the function. So that is equal to 5 into d by dx of x power 4 is nothing but 4 into x power 4 minus 1 plus 3 into d by dx of e power x, same e power x, plus 2 into d by dx of cos x, sin x is cos x. So that is equal to 5 into 4 x power 3 plus 3 e power x plus 2 cos x. If we multiply this, 5 into 4, 20x cube plus 3 e power x plus 2 cos x. This is our answer. Understood now? This is how we have to do d by dx of k into f of x. Now let us move to our next rule, that is product rule. What is our next rule? Product rule. In product rule, we need to take at least two functions. So d by dx of f of x into g of x is equal to, so first function as it is and differentiate the second function d by f of x into d by dx of g of x plus again now second function as it is g of x into d by dx of first function, that is f of x. This is very important formula, product rule. So many times we will be using in our problems. Okay, so keep in mind and by heart this formula, that is d by dx of f of x into g of x is equal to f of x into d by dx of g of x plus g of x into d by dx of f of x. Okay, now let us see some examples related to this product rule. Example, d by dx of x square sin x. Okay, so here how many functions are there? Two functions. X square is one function and sin x is the other function. So same formula, d by dx of f of x into g of x. So now what you have to do? Keep the first function f of x as it is, that is x square into d by dx of sin x plus again second function sin x as it is into d by dx of first function, that is x square. So now that is equal to x square into d by dx of sin x is cos x plus again sin x into d by dx of x square is 2x. So that is equal to x square cos x plus 2x sin x. This is the answer. Understood how to do differentiation by using product rule. Okay, now let us see one more example. Only one I will explain, one I will give homework, you do. So now second one, d by dx of x square e power x. This one I am erasing now. So next example, d by dx of x square e power x is equal to, now first function x square as it is and d by dx of e power x plus second function e power x as it is and d by dx of x square. So that is equal to x square as it is and d by dx of e power x is e power x plus again e power x as it is, d by dx of x square is 2x. So that is equal to, when I take e power x common in both, then I will get x square plus 2x. This is the answer. So now take your homework problem. D by dx of x log x. Very simple and easy problem. I am giving this as homework. So d by dx of x log x. This is your homework. With this, our product rule is completed. Let's move to our next rule, that is quotient rule. Okay. Next rule now, quotient rule. So here quotient rule means we have to take division of two functions. So d by dx of f of x by g of x is equal to, now take the denominator whole square here. So g of x square is nothing but g square x. Now first keep the denominator as it is and differentiate the numerator. Then keep the numerator as it is and differentiate the denominator divided by denominator whole square. This is the formula for quotient rule. Okay. So now let us see some examples related to quotient rule. So d by dx of x by sin x. How to do this? So already I have said no. First take the denominator whole square. So sin x whole square in the denominator by, now numerator. Numerator, first you take g of x, that is denominator as it is sin x into d by dx of numerator, that is d by dx of x. Again minus, now again numerator as it is x into d by dx of denominator, that is sin x. Okay, so that is equal to sin x into d by dx of x is nothing but 1 minus x into d by dx of sin x is cos x by sin square x. So that is equal to sin x minus x cos x by sin square x. This is the answer. Okay, this is how we need to do differentiation using quotient rule. Let us see one more example. Okay, we'll use x by log x. If not, no need. I hope up to here everybody understood. Now let us move to chain rule. Then afterwards we'll discuss some more examples. So now next rule is chain rule. So what is there in chain rule? So d by dx of f of g of x is equal to d by dx of f of g of x into d by dx of g of x. This is the formula. So first we need to do outside function differentiation, afterwards again inside function differentiation. So this we can write as f dash x into g of x again into g dash x. Okay, this is the shortcut formula. F dash x into g of x into again g dash x. Now let us see some examples related to chain rule, then you can understand more clearly. So first example, d by dx of root of x square plus 1. Okay. So first, for applying chain rule, first we have to differentiate the outer function. If for suppose x square plus 1 completely if you take as x, then this becomes d by dx of root x. What's the formula for d by dx of root x? 1 by 2 root x. So 1 by 2 root of x square plus 1 into again d by dx of x square plus 1. Understood? So that is equal to 1 by 2 root of x square plus 1 into d by dx of x square is 2x plus d by dx of 1 is 0. So here we will get 2x by 2 into root of x square plus 1. So 2 gets cancelled. X by root of x square plus 1. So this is chain rule. Very important. First try to understand whatever given in the root, that one you have to take as single element, that is x. Then you have to take d by dx of that single element, that is square root of x. So square root of x, d by dx of square root of x is 1 by 2 root x. So whatever the element is there, that element I am writing as it is in the square root. Okay. Then again I have to differentiate that element. So that is d by dx of that function, that is x square plus 1. This function is g of x. So now again this one as it is and differentiating this inside function, that is x square plus 1. So d by dx of x square is 2x and d by dx of 1 is 0. So this becomes 2x plus 0 is 2x. So 2x by 2 into square root of x square plus 1. So 2 gets cancelled, x by square root of x square plus 1. Okay, this is how we have to do differentiation using chain rule. Now let us see some more examples for chain rule. So d by dx of sine cube of 2x plus 5. So is equal to, so if this sine of 2x plus 5 if I take as x, then d by dx of x cube is 3 into x power square, that is x power 3 minus 1. So that one only I am writing 3 into sine 2x plus 5 whole power 3 minus 1 into again d by dx of sine of 2x plus 5 again into d by dx of 2x plus 5. So how many times you have to differentiate now? 3 times. First we have to take this sine of 2x plus 5 as x. Then we have to take d by dx of x cube, that is x power n. If we take d by dx of x power n, then that becomes n into x power n minus 1 into again d by dx of this sine function, that is sine x. So d by dx of sine x, then that one you have to multiply and again you have to find the derivative of inside function, that is 2x plus 5. So that is equal to 3 into sine 2x plus 5 whole square is I can write as sine square of 2x plus 5 into d by dx of sine x is cos x. So cos of 2x plus 5 into again d by dx of 2x plus 5. So d by dx of 2x is 2 plus 5 is 0. So that is equal to, so here anyhow 2 plus 0 is 2 only. So if I multiply 3 into 2 is 6 sine square of 2x plus 5 into cos of 2x plus 5. This is the answer. Understood everybody? This is how we have to do chain rule. Okay. So some other problems are there. So try that problems as homework. So first one is d by dx of tan power 5 of 7x plus 2. Second one is d by dx of log power 3 of 2x plus 3 and d by dx of sin power m of ax plus b. These three are your homework. Okay. Now let us see some of special cases in this chain rule. Okay. So first, general examples, mixed questions. So first one is d by dx of ax plus b into cx plus d whole square. How to do this? Somewhat complicated, but just listen. Now we have to apply which rule? Quotient rule or product rule? I hope this is product rule, right? This is f of x into g of x. So anyhow, product rule is very easy. F of x into g dash x plus g dash x into f of x. So first, d by first function as it is ax plus b into d by dx of cx plus d whole square plus again cx plus d whole square as it is into d by dx of ax plus b. So that is equal to ax plus b as it is into, already I have said no, here also you have to use chain rule. So x square is 2x, so 2 into cx plus d again into, again d by dx of cx plus d is c plus again cx plus d whole square as it is into d by dx of ax plus b is a. This is the answer. Understood? If not, if we take cx plus d as common, then we will get cx plus d into 2c into ax plus b plus a into cx plus d. This is your final answer. Clear? This is a special case derivative which is very, very important. So let us see one more. So d by dx of a by x power 4 minus b by x square plus cos x. So how to do this? So first convert this like this, d by dx of a into, we know that negative positive power, if we get to the numerator then that becomes negative power, so a into x power minus 4 minus b into, here also positive power is there, if it comes to the numerator it becomes negative power, so x power minus 2 plus cos x. Already we know d by dx of f of x plus g of x is equal to d by dx of f of x plus d by dx of g of x, so that is equal to d by dx of ax power minus 4 minus d by dx of b into x power minus 2 plus d by dx of cos x. So that is equal to, a is a constant, so we bring a outside, a into d by dx of x power minus 4 minus b is also a constant into d by dx of x power minus 2 plus d by dx of cos x is minus sin x. Here I am doing directly, and let us do remaining also. So that is equal to a into d by dx of x power n is nothing but n into x power n minus 1 minus 4 into x power minus 4 minus 1 minus b into minus 2 into x power minus 2 minus 1 minus sin x. So that is equal to a into minus 4 x power minus 5 minus b into minus 2 x power minus 3 minus sin x. This is our answer. Understood? So students, today we have discussed how to find out slope of a line, slope of a tangent to a curve at a point, at a particular point, I mean differentiation of a curve with respect to a particular point, and also we have discussed algebra of differentiation. In algebra of differentiation, very, very important rules, that is product rule, quotient rule and chain rule. I hope everyone liked this video. Try to share my videos with your friends. Subscribe my channel. If you have any doubts, mention those in your comment section. Thank you.